In the first video, I told you that I wanted to approach the topic of Thanksgiving a little bit differently this year by rotating it and instead thinking in terms of complaining. We focused last time on how complaining drains us. Joseph's family began the story when they moved to Egypt to escape widespread famine. Several hundred years later, Moses came along and led God's people out of Egypt. They complained while they were escaping Egyptian bondage. But after Moses and the Israelites got to freedom, the complaining just went to a whole new level. Just listen to some of these complaints as they found themselves wandering through the wilderness at that point between Egyptian captivity and the Promised Land. In Exodus 15, they complained that the taste of the water bothered them. In Exodus 16, they didn't like the bread that Moses gave them to eat. In Exodus 17, they were thirsty. In Exodus 32, they got impatient waiting on the Ten Commandments. They complained and they built a golden calf to worship as an idol. In Numbers 11, they complained about the food again. In Numbers 12, Miriam and Aaron complained about Moses' leadership. And these were the people who had just been rescued from generations of slavery. Here's the next thing I think we need to realize from the Israelites and their example. You need to pop your bubble. Have you ever thought about the fact that God positioned every living thing in such a way that we cannot physically see ourselves? Our eyes are not on our hands. Before the mirror was invented, people would only see themselves when they went down to a lake to bathe or take a drink. No, we were designed to look at and see others, not ourselves. And yet, despite that feature of our anatomy, we have no problem thinking of ourselves, do we? It's like we walk around with blinders and we live in our own little bubbles. It's easy to complain when life is all about me, me, and me. How do I feel in this moment? Well, I'm a little hungry. Mom, what are you going to make for me to eat? My legs are tired. I think I'll sit down on this super comfy furniture. Oh, I don't like my parents telling me what to do. I think I'll whine and talk back to them about how it's not fair. We've got to pop the bubble. We need to get out of our comfort zones and make our lives about other people. I want to wake up in the morning and think, who can I serve today? Where can I help out? Who's hurting? Who needs a friend? Getting out of our own personal bubbles will naturally break off that complaining habit that we've picked up from this broken world. So I hope you feel challenged and compelled to stop the complaint drain and pop that bubble. Keep your eyes open for one more video in a couple of days as we move closer to this awesome Thanksgiving holiday.